Well, thank you very much, Dan. We are still here at Parliament buildings. We've been here since morning, and members of Parliament have been streaming in and out of the precincts of Parliament, Bunge Towers, because even before the budget readings process later, they are still ongoing with other parliamentary duties, several committees still sitting. So we are seeing members of Parliament all over. And these are the people who will be approving this particular expenditure. And right now, I am joined by the Member of Parliament for Matungu constituency. This is Oscar Peter Nabulindo. And what we are speaking about is how to finance this particular budget done with a budget deficit of close to 900 billion shillings. Then government might end up even borrowing more, and some are saying basing it on the previous financial year, the financial year that we currently are in, that is 2024-2025, then what we are seeing as deficit now may end up increasing by the time we are concluding the new financial year through supplementary budgets, because that is what happened in this particular financial year. And Mheshimiwa, thank you very much. And before we went on air, we were speaking about how to finance this particular budget. Yes, it is very ambitious, 4.2 trillion shillings for the budget. We are speaking of more than 1 trillion shillings in paying interest. Yet what we are looking to raise locally is 2.7 trillion shillings. This particular financial year, we have fallen short of what our target was for this particular financial year. Do you think we are able to reconcile our ambitions as a country, our expenditure ambitions, and what we are raising?
Thank you very much, my brother, for giving me this chance to talk to Kenyans about the budget 2025-2026 financial year. First thing, it's a very ambitious budget, more than all the years we have ever had. And this is the first budget under the broad-based government. And this budget, what we have been told, we may raise up to 2.7 trillion shillings from taxes. And the rest, we shall either fulfill through external borrowing or internal borrowing. But what I would like to say about this budget is that first, Kenyans are expecting to see a budget that is people-friendly. By people-friendly, I mean a budget that is not oppressing the people, especially those who have pay slips. For the whole year, since last year when we had the demonstrations, people have been complaining about the government raiding their pay slips to collect taxes. I am expecting a moderation of the same. We must give Kenyans relief on the tax issue. Kenyans are heavily taxed around the world, but that's not the biggest problem we have. The biggest problem we have, other than Kenyans being heavily taxed, Kenyans who are trying business are unable to borrow from our local banks, because the government is heavily borrowing from the local banks, and that means there is little left for the people of Kenya to borrow to do their business and expand their income brackets. When Kenyans cannot access capital to do business, it means very many people are going to be laid off, very many businesses are going to close down, and the few that are existing, they are heavily taxed and they might not survive. Therefore, this is the first budget under the broad-based government. And when we were signing the broad-based agreement to work together, we as ODM with the UDA, we were in KCC, we had a 10-point agreement. One of the key points in that agreement was to reduce the cost of living for Kenyans. So I am expecting the minister, the cabinet secretary for finance and treasury, Mheshimiwa Mbadi, who was a colleague here, to come and explain to the House that we have relieved Kenyans in this manner, in this manner, in this manner. We would not want to see what happened last year, that Kenyans are so aggrieved to an extent that they now come out to start demonstrating.
Because there are other activities in Parliament, including committees that are sitting, Phil, allow me to ask this very important question, because because what John Barry has been saying as an expert is all the macroeconomic indicators are showing that our economy is doing well, and what is remaining is placing money in people's pockets. Now, if government then is borrowing internally, does it mean, and this is very brief if my director allows, does this mean then that the dream to put money in people's pockets may be far-fetched?
Thank you. The dream to put money in people's pocket might be very, very far-fetched, because the people in Kenya are competing with the government to borrow money from our local banks. When that happens, there is no way Kenyans are going to grow economically, because our avenue to grow has been grabbed by the government. Our avenue to grow is to borrow money from the bank, expand your business, expand your manufacturing industry, expand your business and employ more people. If you cannot get capital from our banks, that means your business will go down.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.